So that thing starts up easier than the YouTube. That's good.
And it also goes straight to Twitter as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, this is so easy.
Oh, that was not a strike. Look at that.
Do not care.
Look at that. Bringing the robot.
Do not care.
So mad.
So our mics are going to be hot here in about 25 seconds, just so you know.
Springfield, Eugene. I'm Doug Gottlieb, and you're listening to the Valley's best sports station, Fox Sports Eugene.
Hello. Not hearing the open. The Danny and Justin radio program. Hello, neighbors, and welcome live at Laurelwood Golf Course in beautiful Eugene, Oregon. I'm Danny. Right over there is my tag team partner, Justin Grossweiner. We call him Baby J. Welcome to a Thursday. We call it Weekend Eve in the Wood. Thanks for tuning in wherever and however you're listening. We appreciate you being with us. We've got a jam-packed show for you today. We've got Greenhill Humane Society out here. They are going to be raising some money. We're going to help them with Pups for Pups. We'll talk about that a little bit. Laurelwood gets some nice honors from the Eugene Register Guard on their fan votes for the best of, and our special guest, the head coach, the big kahuna, Oregon women's basketball coach Kelly Graves, going to join us live out here in just about 16 minutes from now on the Danny and Justin radio program. I'm Danny Howell. Right over there is my tag team partner, Justin Grossweiner. What up, Baby J?
It's great to be back here at Laurelwood. I missed last week. I'm not going to miss any more, though, Danny. I plan on being here for the rest of the time that we are here.
We are here every Thursday throughout the month of August.
Correct.
So we've got, 2 more weeks after this one. And then we go to once a month. We're gonna pick the day. It'll probably still be on a Thursday, but we'll pick the week that we do that. Right?
Yeah. Well, I'm getting my first golf lesson today ever. I've had so that's let's caveat this a little bit.
Okay.
I've had when I was 6, does that count?
No,
I got like a school class or something like that?
It does not count.
So I'm getting my first golf lesson today. I'm going to try to keep it chill. I'm not going to get too, worried about where the ball is going. I know that it's just all about the reps, right? And so I'm going to keep on keeping my cool head, and I'm going to try to get this thing going because, you never know when the golf game is going to be useful just for business and all these other things.
Oh, for business. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, businessman, I
Yeah.
see. All right.
Yeah.
So come on out and join us here at Laurelwood because between 4 and 7, we'll be talking about it throughout the program. Greenhill Humane Society, this is, I think, the second year in a row we're doing the Pups for Pups or Pups for Pups.
It's a bit of a tongue twister.
Yeah, I got to get that right. We got to get the right put them in the right spot, I guess you'd say. So it's Putts for Pups, raising some money for the Greenhill Humane Society, near and dear to our heart in the Havel household. You're a cat lover, so what?
It's true. I mean,
We all love
don't throw me
animals.
under the bus.
What? I'm not throwing you under the bus. I said you're a cat lover. I didn't say, and also you're a cat
love
lover. I didn't
puppies.
say it like that.
Yeah,
I mean, Bella loves you. She doesn't bark at you anymore when you come into
she's
our
pretty
house.
good.
Yeah, so she doesn't do that to everybody.
Oh.
So we're going to raise some money for them. We'll talk about that. Obviously, all the food specials that are out here, the beverage specials. We're going to have our tip from Jacob Henderson. You're going to get your lesson later on. Lots of news and notes, lots of things going on in the world of sport. We're getting into that weekend. We're that much closer. Literally, though, 1 week away. I just want to say 1 week away from college football uncorking. Not all the big programs, but some of the FBS programs will start really kicking into gear next weekend. So we're going to have college football.
The biggest program kicking in next weekend is going to be the Game Day show, which we're going to start up next Saturday, which I'm excited about.
That's right. You and Brian Bevan?
Yeah, we're starting next Saturday. So I think it's going to be at, 3 o'clock. It's whenever the game is for Montana State. We're going to do the same time the previous Saturday. So I think it's 3 o'clock p.m.
What, for the Montana State game?
Correct.
Montana State game kicks off at Autzen on 1 p.m.
1 p.m.?
On that Saturday, the 30th.
Okay.
Just so you know.
So I think we're going to do it at 11 then.
11 o'clock. Okay. Perfect. All right. That works. It works for me because I don't have to worry about being there.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's football season's back.
I'm actually going to be in Bend recovering from a Goo Goo Dolls concert because it's my
a Goo Goo Dolls concert.
I'm going to Goo Goo Dolls on the
Wow.
29th. My dear wife Deborah, her birthday is the 29th of this month. So it's really weird. My birthday is next week. Her birthday is on the 29th. My daughter's birthday is in September. Our anniversary is in September. As we kind of compact these things. My father-in-law, we would celebrate his birthday right around this time as well. So we decided that we're going to head over to Bend, sit on a lawn, and watch the Goo Goo Dolls. But then we got to get back, or I got to get back for the football game on that Saturday. So we're going to do our show, and I'm going to hop in a car, and we're going to race over to Bend to watch a concert. So I don't know how relevant Goo Goo Dolls are anymore, but I
Not very.
Okay,
sorry.
I like the vibe.
Was that a rhetorical question?
Well, no, I wasn't asking for a response. Yeah, it was a rhetorical question. Are you questioning my musical taste now?
No,
Is that what you're doing?
You just asked. I don't know how relevant
Right
they
out of
are,
the
and
gate?
they're not as relevant anymore. I mean,
They had some hits.
No, I'm not saying they're. I'm not saying they're not worth listening to. But
It's not a horrible jam.
they're not
okay?
like a. Would you call them like a current day sort of
No,
band? You know
not
what I
at
mean?
all. But they're not.
That's my only point.
Okay, they're not at the point where they're like doing county fairs right
Sure.
now. Okay.
Okay,
There,
well, that's
there
good.
definitely is a progression from being a relevant top 40, even if they do that anymore. I think they do top 40 charting band to doing arenas and doing stadiums and doing all of that and big tours and stuff. And then you move down into like doing the outdoor places where it's not as intense in terms of you get maybe 5,000 people, and then you move down to even smaller outdoor venues, and then you're doing the county fair circuit or you're playing casinos.
Casinos, yeah.
Is the big trigger
Yeah,
for me.
that's
It's
the
like,
bad one.
yeah, you're just trying to get a little bit more money before you go off into the sunset. So see, I
they're
knew
not
that would
there
trigger
yet.
with you. No,
Yeah.
not quite.
Yeah.
Not quite. All right, let's do some news and notes. Why don't we dive right into that on the Danny and Justin radio program here from Laurelwood Golf Club, as Florida quarterback Tim Tebow and Florida State quarterback Deion Sanders among the former college football stars named to the AP all-time
Yeah.
All-America first team. Ohio State and Pittsburgh each place 3 players on the AP All-Time America team, announced Thursday as part of the news organization's celebration of the 100th anniversary of the storied honor for the top players in college football. Since 1925, nearly 2,000 players have been named AP first-team All-Americans, one of the most prestigious honors in the sport. Big Ten, by the way, led all conferences with 7 selections, 2 more than the SEC.
What about the Pac-12?
The Pac-12? I didn't see it. It's great you asked me that. It's not on this list. So obviously did not make it in any substantive way.
No Pac-12 on this list, first team offense or first team defense. So just moving over to some NFL football. Justin Herbert. He's going to make his preseason debut on Saturday against the Rams. Jim Harbaugh, head coach for the Chargers, says that he wants his guys to play not the first play series of the season as their actual first game time. So they're going to have most of the starters. Starters that are not going to be playing are safety Derwin James and linebacker Khalil Mack.
For the first time since 2015-2016, the Premier League will begin with a club not called Manchester City atop the odds boards in the U.S.
Really?
The reigning champions, Liverpool, are the favorites to win the Premier League for 2025-26, showing plus 175 odds at ESPN Bet. Arsenal, the runners-up last season, are second favorites at 225. Man City is in there, but they're in the top three at plus 350. So it's the first time since 2016-2017 Man City has not been the favorites to win the league going into the campaign. Also marks the first time since 2011-2012 that the City, as they call it, were not one of the top two favorites according to ESPN.
This one's interesting here. Tom Brady, I'm not sure if he knows who Wayne Rooney is. Speaking of Manchester, not Manchester City, but Manchester United, of course, Rooney, the legend there. But he was also the former Birmingham City manager, where NFL legend Tom Brady is the part owner there at Birmingham. And he was saying on a documentary that was just released on Amazon Prime that he was worried about the work ethic of the Manchester United legend, Danny. That's pretty interesting for a guy that was one of the best players in Manchester United history. So this documentary shows them meeting for the first time and Tom actually expressing his concerns directly to the head coach. And a little bit awkward. I'm not sure if he realizes how big of a deal Wayne Rooney is.
Yeah, he is a very big deal. Organizers of the Los Angeles Olympics will sell the naming rights for a handful of its venues in deals expected to bring multiple millions of dollars to the 2028 games while breaking the IOC's long sacrosanct policy of keeping brand names off of its arenas and stadiums. Of course, we love putting names on things in this country because it's a revenue thing. The organizing committee announced the landmark deal Thursday, saying that contracts were already in place with two of its founding partners, which are Honda, which already has naming rights for the arena in Anaheim that will host volleyball, and Comcast, which will have its name on the temporary venue that hosts, the big one we all want to watch, squash.
Oh, yeah.
I am big time on the squash.
So the NCAA's Committee on Infractions has their long-awaited ruling on the Michigan sign-stealing scandal. That's going to be on Friday, Danny, as they're going to hold a news conference Friday afternoon to detail the findings, and it's going to mark the conclusion of one of the most pretty much strange and explosive controversies in the history of the NCAA, and there's numerous coaches that are being charged with violations, including, of course, the most famous Connor Stallions, who is no longer with the program. But will be interesting to see the actual fallout of these implication of these charges, because Jim Harbaugh, obviously, now the head coach of the Chargers. So we'll see what happens with this one.
All right, the Danny and Justin radio program live from Laurelwood Golf Course. Those are our news and notes. Let's bring on Nick. Nick's going to come on over here. He's running around. Abby, we just had the music. Whatever you did, it just went off again. So whatever you had like 2 seconds ago, it sounded great. So we're going to have Nick come sit in here. We're going to put a headset on him. We're going to turn him up. We're going to have our good friend. Hey, look. I'm going to find this one right here. Here it is. Hey, look, it's Nick. Here he is. Mr. Nick Sams joining us.
Good to see you, gentlemen.
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
Outstanding.
You're running around a crazy man right now because we have a big fundraiser coming. You have a big fundraiser. We have a big fundraiser coming up
now.
For the Greenhill Humane Society. It is Putts for Pups. See, I did say that right, Justin. Yep. I finally got it out without, stumbling over
first one.
I've been messing this up all day.
over here on the right. Let's start there. Starts at 4 o'clock, goes through 7 o'clock. $5 for a ball, and you get to putt. And there's, well, you just tell everybody what's going on.
Hundreds of prizes out, scattered around the putting green on the where the old ninth hole was located on the east side here. And it's a great setup. It's one of my favorites of the year. Greenhill Humane Society will be out here. You can fill out some paperwork. I believe they're bringing a pup with them you can meet. But the two that were going to be available for adoption were actually adopted earlier this week. So they found new homes.
Awesome. That's great.
But they're here to give you any information. Every time you pay that $5 to putt a ball, we're going to have prizes all over the green. And they can be something from a six-pack to a free round of golf to last year we had a giant Yeti cooler. And everything is worth a value of somewhere between $10 and $500.
Wow.
So you're going to win something more valuable than the $5 you donate to Greenhill. Plus, we've got Chef Aaron down here, and he's cooking up some burnt end dogs, little cowboy sushi, pulled pork sandwiches. So we got the whole cookout vibe going, kids, dogs coming running around and making a lot of money, hopefully, for a great cause.
So, Chef Aaron, burnt end dogs? What's the burnt end dog thing?
They are a dog that is...
You can hear him on the radio here. Go on.
I have a face for radio.
You and everyone else.
Burnt-end brisket dog.
A burnt-end brisket dog.
That sounds really good.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
You want to get me going? You just mentioned the word brisket.
Right?
That's awesome.
It's one of my favorites, man. We do a lot of charity stuff throughout the year, but this one is the most fun to have the kids and the dogs running around. I think we made over $2,500 for Greenhill last year. It's a blast.
Well, come on out. 4 to 7. We're going to be out here. My wife's going to be out here. My daughter's going to be out here. This guy is going to be out here.
Hagen will make an appearance, I'm sure.
Hagen will make a That's the first time I actually seen him smile, I think. And, of course, Nick and the entire crew out at Laurelwood, which is fantastic, of course. The puppies are allowed on the course, which is one of the unique things about Laurelwood. And another unique thing about Laurelwood is how, you've got a lot of choices to go out and play golf, folks. I know. You've got other places you can go. However, you all voted. You all out there voted and put your word out to the general public. And congratulations. I want you to announce to the folks the awards you guys just garnered.
Well, we wanted to say thank you to everyone who voted. We got informed yesterday we won favorite golf course in the area with the Register Guard Reader's Choice Awards. We won both public and private course. And we are, of course, very public. We are the town municipal. So it's pretty exciting to get that much love, and that was all of you out there going out of the way to take the time to vote for us and appreciate all the hard work that everyone around here has done. And it feels pretty great. Yeah, not going to lie.
Yeah, so I'll just tell you.
Is good.
Yeah.
It is. And, you can go to a lot of places, and I think there is I would hope that it's getting better, but there's kind of a stigma about golf courses. I think it's the stuffy, you got to be with the collars, and, you got to be all upright and uptight, and that's not the way it is out here. That's what I love about you guys.
Laid back attitude, great food. We just try to do everything the best of our ability. And these little, I don't want to call them little, these awards that people vote on and stuff like that, the great part about that for us is that it acknowledges that they're enjoying what we're doing, right? When you come into this, you're not positive this is going to work, all right? We're going to do things a little differently. We're going to be a little more laid back, but we're going to really focus on the quality of the groundskeeping and the food and making sure the vibe is everything, but negating a lot of that traditional, do you have a collared shirt on? Would you like a really poorly made hot dog? Getting rid of all that stuff and just doing really great food, really great grass, and a laid-back atmosphere. So these moments where you get a little pat on the back, a little acknowledgement, they're like, all right, it's working. You guys are enjoying what we're doing, so it means a lot to all of us.
So I do have to say, it is very pleasant out here today. I mean, it has been baking hot.
The wind chill is nice, isn't it? Like,
man, you can't see that on the radio or on the TV right now, but believe
me,
you can feel it. It's awesome.
All the listeners can feel it too.
The difference between it being really a little bit of a test and being this is great.
Yeah,
it's just that little breeze. Yep.
Just a little bit. All right, so you have any food specials this week? We got brunch this weekend, right?
Brunch all weekend. We'll have a special Saturday, special Sunday. We are closed for one of our final events of the year, Friday early. We've got a big wedding for Margaret and Mike that's going to be going down. So that will be a lot of fun for us. I've known Mike his whole life, so kind of a family thing. This will be something I'm looking forward to. And then we're right back to work. Brunch on Saturday, dinner Saturday night. Sunday's the big brunch.
So, by the way, on all these wedding things, have you ever caught the bouquet?
No.
You've
I was the
never
first
caught
one married out of my
Here?
Oh.
No, just out of my friend. So, well, I had a friend who got married before me, but then, I mean, he's done it a few times at this point, so we don't count.
Okay.
But I was the next one, so I haven't really been in any of the bouquet or what are they? Garter shooting
the
thing.
garter shooting thing.
Yeah, that's
I've never even heard of that.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't
I
have
know
it.
the
You were
bouquet.
just at a
I know
wedding
they
in
did the
Alaska.
bouquet.
They did the bouquet. They didn't
Yeah.
do the garter, so the
No.
garter comes off the bride's leg, and the
Oh.
groom gets to shoot it out to the bachelors.
Oh,
And if you catch it,
You're just at that age, though. I think we all know, like, right at that age, and I'm not trying to be ageist.
Sure.
But you're about to be going to weddings, like, nonstop
That's
for
what
the
I've
next,
heard.
like, 4 years.
Yeah, I
it's
got
like,
my suit, and that's what somebody told me. They're like, yeah, you're going to use this a lot.
Yep. It feels like every weekend, and then you get, like, a year or two break, and then you're just going to baby showers every
Oh,
weekend
my
after that. So
goodness.
it's kind of like birthday parties between the ages of 7 and 12. You're
Yeah.
going through birthday parties almost every single weekend, and mom and dad go crazy. It's like, we got to buy another present for somebody else's kid.
do they have a loyalty program at Papa's Pizza, you end up asking yourself, which is something you didn't know? You
Oh,
did a
that's
great
fantastic.
place. Shout out Papa's Pizza.
Yep.
Once you have kids, you spend a ton of time at birthday parties.
And by the way, shout out as well to Bigfoot Beverages, who
Of
are a big
course.
supporter of this program here. All the taps that are upstairs, they provide a great service to Laurelwood and to the community. So you got the Pepsi products, you got all of the stuff upstairs and the rotating taps with the beer and the ciders. So it's awesome.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
That's what
All
we're
right.
shooting for.
All right, buddy. Thank you, man. We're going to let you go.
I'm going to get out of here and go get ready. Last thing is
Yeah.
my son's birthday is coming up, and
Okay.
he loves to watch this stuff at night. So happy birthday, Henry.
Hey,
We're going to have a ton
Henry.
of fun this weekend, bud. Happy
All
11th.
right. Well, that's a promise.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, bud.
All right.
Appreciate
Have great
you.
days.
Yep, you too. Nick Sams, the Danny and Justin radio program. When we come back, we hope, fingers crossed, it will be Kelly Graves, the head coach of the Oregon women's basketball program, joining us on the Danny and Justin program live from Laurelwood here on a Thursday. Fox Sports Eugene in Newport.
$67 here, guys. So I think I don't know if we'll ever see him. To be honest. Maybe we should email him and let him down.
Maybe.
You got 2 rounds of golf you could play here, Justin, for free.
Let's go.
$67 means a lot to you.
I just went to a wedding up in Alaska, so it definitely means a lot to me right now.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to. Sorry, I'm trying to coordinate some stuff here.
What are you looking for in a realtor? Whether you're buying or selling, you want someone smart, someone who knows the local market and a track record of making their clients very happy. Hi, I'm Susan Heisey, broker owner of Bailey & Heisey Real Estate, an independent brokerage in South Eugene. I've been helping clients make smart real estate decisions for over 20 years. I work with only a handful of clients at a time, giving them a high level of attention and guidance. Call or text when you're ready to discuss your goals.
Ever since I was little, sports kept me focused on my future. Over the years, my cheering section has gotten a bit bigger. Whether you watch from the 50-yard line or from the comfort of your own living room, it's time for you to prepare for your next season of life.
I'm Scott Sims. I've spent years learning the ins and outs of Medicare insurance.
Let me answer all your questions and get the coverage that's right for you.
Don't make Medicare choices on your own.
Go to turning65withscott.com today.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yep,
we can hear
I
you,
can hear
Coach.
you, Coach.
Perfect.
Thanks.
All right, there we go.
There we
we
go.
go.
Thanks.
And your laundry is done.
When you care for a loved one, you take care of everything. But are you taking care of yourself? Find free care guides at aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Moving Day, a walk for Parkinson's, is happening around the country. Together we can unite in the fight against Parkinson's disease in a safe but exciting and fun way. So let's get moving. Join the Parkinson's Foundation to learn more and register at movingdaywalk.org.
1050 AM, 102.9 FM, and FoxSportsEugene.com. You're listening to Danny and Justin on Fox Sports Eugene.
I love the show.
Call the Oregon Man Clinic's hotline at 541-343-KORE.
The Danny and Justin radio program live from Laurelwood Golf Course on a Thursday afternoon. I don't hear any music, so hopefully we're going to be able to hear on the Oregon Man Clinic's hotline at 541-343-5673. The head coach of the Oregon women's basketball program. It's our good friend. We call him the Big Kahuna. It's Kelly Graves. Hey there, Coach.
Hey, what's going on? Good to be with you.
Hey, there he is. Beautiful. So, Coach, have you been able to work on your golf game this summer at all?
Well, I'm just waiting around to do this, and then I'm going to head out to ECC and hit the range a little bit. But yeah, I've been playing as much as I can, but I got to always be able to justify it. I got to feel good about my day's work before I head out there.
Nice.
So,
very nice,
and
Coach.
the game's not bad right now. It's
really
a decent spot. I got unsolicited advice from the pro out on the range, and he fixed my grip, and it's changed my game.
So I thought I saw you describing it to somebody the other night. We were out at the steak fry at the Oregon Club Tuesday, and I thought I saw you. Was that what you were doing? You were describing how the grip was changed a little bit?
Yeah. I had it all screwed up. Casey Martin, who we all know is a golf savant.
Yeah.
He one time tried to help me out on the golf course, out on the range, and he screwed me up for a year. I mean, he's a heck of a coach. He's won a national championship, played on some national championship teams himself, but this little tweak, I got a little stronger left-hand grip and opened my my right hand a little bit more, and I'm hitting them straight, and it's made all the difference. You know, if my drive is good, then the rest of I'm pretty good from about 145 in and on the green, but it was that tee that was killing me.
Gotcha, Gloss.
I was
gotcha.
in the woods every other hole.
Yeah, I can hear you there.
That's helped.
Coach Justin here. Great to have you back on. I'm just curious. You mentioned that little tweak was the thing that kind of set you right. Do you notice that when you're working with your athletes, that sometimes it's just one little thing that can make the difference between somebody that doesn't quite have their game right and all of a sudden everything clicks?
Well, it can be. I try to, with some of the skills we can certainly work on, but like shooting, that's one of the skills that I don't really mess with because by the time I get them, they've got 19 years of repetition, and it's so mental that sometimes if you try to fix it, you hurt them mentally. If the shot's completely broken, then yes, we'll try to work with that. But sure, I think a lot of these, our student athletes, is just a little bit here and a little bit there that can make a huge difference. And I remember, I don't know if you've heard of Courtney Vandersloot. If you haven't, you should have.
Yeah.
One of the greatest point guards in the history of basketball will be in the spring, in the Basketball Hall of Fame one day very soon. After 3 years of coaching her at Gonzaga, I remember giving her John Stockton's number. I said, Courtney, I've given you everything that I can at this level. You've got to get it from somebody else. And he just gave her a couple of things, and most of it was mental, that really took her to the next level. So, yeah, I think there's always a little bit here and there that we can help. But, it's that unsolicited advice that you and I get when we're on the course from some hack that we happen to be playing with that thinks they should do this or that better. That's where I struggle.
Sure.
Just let me golf. Let me play my game. But
Yeah, sometimes, Coach, it happens that way. Coach Kelly Graves joining us, Oregon women's basketball program, entering his 12th season with the Ducks this coming year. Coach Graves has amassed a 241-123 record through 11 seasons at Oregon, 668 and I think 235 overall in 31 seasons as a head coach. It started all the way back at St. Mary's, and he joins us on the Danny and Justin radio program here live from Laurelwood. It's a beautiful day out here at Laurelwood. We've got the Putts for Pups coming up for Greenhill. We're going to be out here from 4 to 7 as well, and we want you to come out and help the kids. So,
hey, can I plug Laurelwood a little bit?
Absolutely.
My first 10 years here, that was my neighborhood. Lived up in that area, and number one, I like the course. I mean, it's a cute little course, but they have great food there.
We talk about it all the time, Coach.
Spot.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time.
Very underrated. Yeah, very underrated, and it's beautiful in the evenings. You get that sunset. It's quite a setting. So I'm putting in a plug for your remote.
We appreciate
Coach,
it,
you are so awesome to us. We really appreciate your friendship. The Big Kahuna joining us on the Danny and Justin radio program. All right, let's talk some nuts and bolts. So
right.
the off season, you've got the recruiting trail. I mean, you're always recruiting. You're always looking for talent. You're always looking to see what you can do to put the pieces together. I want to talk about from last year to this year because you had a huge transition. A lot of kids at the beginning of last year. I mean, you talked about it. I think it was, 15 kids you were playing with in practice and such, and, another 20-win season into the NCAA tournament, get a win. And so now that transition from that year to now this year, how do you like your team with what you're seeing in the off-season workouts and the pieces you've been able to bring in? Highlight some of those for us.
Well, our players are just starting to roll in. A few have been here for a couple of weeks. Everybody will be here by this weekend, and we'll get going with our summer workouts starting Monday. So I'll have a better sense in a couple of weeks. But the main thing is we have some continuity this year. We had 9 returners. We didn't lose anybody to the portal. So we had a really nice spring. There was some good synergy. They got to play with each other a lot. And we only had to bring in 3 transfers this year. So, we're going to rely on a lot of our returners. Now, the question there is we had a lot of young kids that were in smaller roles that need to step up. And so hopefully they've improved. We weren't able to just go out and pick off players that we really needed in the portal. So, there's a positive there and a negative. I think it's great that we have the continuity, that we didn't lose anybody. I think there were only 3 Power 4 schools that didn't lose anybody to the portal this year. So I think we're going to be ahead of the game in that regard. But I like what I see so far. I think the newcomers that we've brought in, including the 2 freshmen, are terrific and are really going to help us. But we really need those returners from last year to step up just a little bit more and give us more this year. Like players like Katie Fiso, Ari Long, Sophia Bell, Amina Muhammad. Those players, Sarah Rambus, they've got to get better, and that's our challenge.
And how do you approach that specifically right there? You mentioned them stepping the larger roles. How do you approach giving these players confidence in these new roles without sort of detracting for that while they're sort of adjusting to this new situation that they're in?
Well, that's how we used to run programs.
Right.
You'd come in and you'd play a little bit as a freshman and maybe a little bit more as a sophomore, and then you'd get your time to shine, and that's kind of what we're doing now. So I think first thing you got to do is be honest with them. Hey, we need you. We need you to be more productive. We need you to be able to fill this role. I always tell our players, you don't have to accept your role necessarily, but you need to execute it because, roles can change. Somebody can be a role kid this year, and then the next year they're our best scorer or whatever. You see it all the time. But, that's, the main thing is to be honest with them and then really work on their deficiencies and try and get them better in the areas that they were weak. And that's that's our challenge as a coaching staff, and that's why player development is still very, very important. But in this day and age, if you're short somewhere, you need some help, you just go and get them out of the portal. And so, yeah, you've got to manage it both ways. I still am of the opinion that player development is where you can really grow as a program. But I do like our incoming transfers. You guys, I think Mia Jacobs got a chance to be very, very good for us.
Yeah.
The young lady from Australia who transferred in from Fresno State. She's legit. She's real good.
So, Coach, I do want to talk about that. We're here with the big kahuna, Coach Kelly Graves, the leader of the flock of the women's basketball program here at the University of Oregon, as we talk the offseason and coming into this season. You and I have talked about this before, and you touched on it there just briefly, but I want to expand on it a little bit. Yes, dipping into the portal and trying to find a player to fill a hole or a plug or something. But it's also not just about that. It's about finding somebody of character that can fit into your program. You hold a very high level of that, so I think people can get confused about trying to grab a player and grabbing somebody that fits within your program. You are a program guy.
Oh,
there's a question in there, Coach.
Yeah.
I mean, I want you to expand on that because
I thought you were going to keep going.
No.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's just so important, to bring in players that have some upside, and you work with them, you get them better. You see them on the first day they come on campus, and you see an entirely different player 2 or 3 years later, and hopefully 4 years later. So there is a fine line. To me, that's still the preference.
So when you talk about somebody like a Mia Jacobs coming into the program, you see something in her and she sees something in this program that there's a synergy there. And when you've gone out and gotten somebody like an Amina Mohammed or an Elisa Mevius or an Ari Long, those type of players that you have to fit in, and they're kind of like spices in a spice rack that you have to kind of blend everything together. Am I getting on the right track?
No question, and that's coaching, right? That you're trying to get them to mesh as quickly as possible, and so when we're out on the recruiting trail, even in the portal, we're trying to find exactly that fit, not just as a player, but as a person that's going to fit our culture. Certainly what we need at that position, and we've got a great thing going right now. We've just got a bunch of amazing young women. We had a 3.14 GPA, which is like double what you and I got, back in the day. And, and they're just, so we're good students. I mean, you look at somebody like Sophia Bell. She already is a college graduate here at the university in 2 years. So she's going to be starting her MBA program this year. She won the University of Oregon Student of the Year in the sophomore class. So not just student athlete, the student of the year. So those are the kind of quality people that we have in the program that we've always had, quite frankly. And so those that are coming in as freshmen, those that are coming in as transfers, they've got to fit that culture, that standard that we have.
Coach, I do want to also ask you, and it's going to sound like it's trite or trying to, blow smoke or whatever, but I've been around you enough and seen you interact from afar, not just front on front with me, but with others. Where do you seem to get this endless, boundless enthusiasm and positive attitude with every interaction that you seem to have with people, and this energy that you bring? Because, I mean, honestly, I don't know how you keep it up, but you always seem to have that light switch on. So please tell me how you can bottle this and help me.
Well, I appreciate those kind words. It's not always like that, but certainly my public persona, I try to, achieve that. But I love what I do. I mean, that's the bottom line. I mean, I hang around with college kids all day, and a young, energetic staff, and when I go to events like the other night at that Oregon Club event, and I'm so grateful to them. I mean, they gifted the department over $300,000 from their good work this last year. But you're with the True Blue fans. I mean, it's easy to be around them because they love the Ducks. So yeah, I've been blessed. I've got a great family. I've got an amazing wife that, for whatever reason, loves me, and 3 great boys, and I'm really blessed, truly blessed, and I feel like I got to give that back. But yeah, once in a while you got to see me on the golf course, big fella. It's not all peaches and cream.
I'm trying to.
Right.
I already put the offer out there for you, Coach. The offer is out there. You just got to accept it if you can work it within your schedule.
Yeah, but no, it's being a college basketball coach is a pretty cool deal, and certainly in this community, we're given so much love from our fans and support from our administration, and and I work with great people like you too. So
thank you.
Yeah, it's all good, bud. It's all good. Now, talk to me after we have that tough, close loss. Things might change.
All right.
Well, we appreciate you, Coach, and I know there's a lot of people around this university that appreciate everything you've done for this university. You mentioned that your players are starting to come in, you're starting to get everybody together. When does the ramp up really start, when you really start preparing for your schedule and what you have on your plate this season?
Well, we'll start official practice somewhere in that 3rd week of September. We're on quarters here, so we don't start classes until like the 29th of September, which is later than pretty much everybody in the country. So we're actually getting off to a late start. We start Monday. A lot of schools are actually starting school.
Yeah.
Universities. So we're a little behind in that regard, but yeah, we'll start amping it up, 2-3 hour practices and that full commitment sometime in September. So what we do this time of year is get them into shape so that when official practice starts next month, that they're ready to hit the ground running, and then we can really prep for the season. This is just a lot of skill work, setting the norms, teaching drills, and getting them in shape. That's what this August will be for. But I'm really looking forward to the season, you guys. We're going to open up the game. Last year we relied on some tough, hard-nosed defense. This year we want to kind of get back to, my roots and what I'm comfortable in coaching, and really open the floor up. We've got great guards. And we're going to we're going to score. We're going to get up and down the floor. We're going to create a lot more, and it'll be a fun style, I think. We've got the right personnel for it.
And you've already talked about it. I mean, it's going to be great. You get to play Stanford again in the preseason, and the non-con schedule looks really good. I know you were excited about it. You actually gave us a little sneak peek when you were on with us last time about that non-conference schedule. So there are some really, really good games and great tests for your program in the non-conference.
Yeah, and we're playing Washington State again, and we're playing the Beavers. We were unable to get a date last year with them, and it worked this year, so we're going to continue that series. I think we're playing here on December 3rd against the Beavers, so it'll be good to have them back here in Matthew Knight Arena. But, yeah, it's going to be a good schedule. We're at Auburn. We're in a tournament in Dallas. Yeah, we'll be challenged, but it's also one that, hopefully will give us some confidence, because we got a lot of new kids, in bigger roles, and, we want to build up that resume, because it's going to be a tough Big Ten conference, believe me.
Yeah, I know it will be. Coach, we're going to let you go. Thank you very much, as always. You're so generous with your time with us. We love having you on the program. You've always been a great friend of us, and we appreciate you. We're looking forward to many more conversations and watching your team grow and excel this season.
Oh, hey, my pleasure. Thanks for having me. And listen, I'll be the first to say they got to give you at least a second hour, man.
Yeah.
1 hour's not enough of your show. We need to have you a little bit more.
I appreciate that.
You let me know who I need to call.
I will. I'll text you the number.
And honestly, I'd much prefer a local show like yours than, getting a third hour of some national program.
I appreciate
just me.
All right. No, yeah, listen, man, you carry a lot of weight. You got a big hammer out there, the big kahuna and the big hammer. Kelly Graves. Thanks, Coach.
All right. See you guys.
All right. There he goes. The head coach of the women's basketball program at the University of Oregon, Kelly Graves. It's very kind of him. He's always been very nice to us.
Very awesome.
Yeah, he's great. All right. When we come back, we might have some audio. We might not. We still have a tip. Jacob Henderson, the pro, is coming up next. We're going to talk about, I don't know what. I really don't. I absolutely have no idea what's next here on the Danny and Justin radio program. I am just a participant on the side here. I do not know what I'm doing. Literally.
Well, let me lead the way. You're listening to the Danny and Justin program right here. Fox Sports Eugene and Newport.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I present
1050 AM, 102.9 FM, and FoxSportsEugene.com. You're listening to Danny and Justin. Follow the show on X with the handle Fox Sports Eugene.
I'm Danny.
And I'm Justin.
We talk local sports weekdays.
I'm John Canzano, and I talk Ducks and Beavers weekdays.
I'm School Henderson, and this is your home for Trailblazers basketball. 102.9 Fox Sports Eugene.
Fox Sports Eugene.
I'm Dan Patrick, and you can catch me weekday mornings.
I'm John Canzano, and I talk Ducks and Beavers weekdays.
Hi, this is Justin Herbert. Catch every Chargers game on 102.9 Fox Sports Eugene.
What are you looking for in a realtor? Whether you're buying or selling, you want someone smart, someone who knows the local market and a track record of making their clients very happy. Hi, I'm Susan Heisey, broker owner of Bailey & Heisey Real Estate, an independent brokerage in South Eugene. I've been helping clients make smart real estate decisions for over 20 years. I work with only a handful of clients at a time, giving them a high level of attention and guidance. Call or text when you're ready to discuss your goals.
Fox Sports Newport.
I'm Danny. And I'm Justin.
We talk local sports weekdays.
I'm John Canzano, and I talk Ducks and Beavers weekdays.
Hi, I'm Jerry Allen. Listen to the Ducks on 92.7 FM Fox Sports Newport.
Man, this Medicare stuff is confusing.
That's why I've got the playbook. Let me answer all your questions and get the coverage that's right for you.
Don't make Medicare choices on your own.
Go to turning65withscott.com today.
There's no max out of pocket with original Medicare?
I'm Scott Sims. I've spent years learning the ins and outs of Medicare insurance.
Get the coverage that's right for you.
Don't make Medicare choices on your own.
Go to turning65withscott.com today.
Fox Sports Eugene.
I'm Danny. And I'm Justin.
We talk local sports weekdays.
I'm John Canzano, and I talk Ducks and Beavers weekdays.
I'm School Henderson, and this is your home for Trailblazers basketball. 102.9 Fox Sports Eugene.
At standagainsthate.oregon.gov.
A message from the Oregon Department of Justice.
It to be broadcasting to you live.
1050 102.9 FM, FoxSportsEugene.com. Broadcasting from the Bigfoot Beverages Studios. You're listening to Danny and Justin on Fox Sports Eugene.
The Danny and Justin radio program. For a Thursday weekend eve in the wood. Thanks again to the Big Kahuna, Coach Kelly Graves, the head man, the leader of the flock for the Oregon women's basketball program. We're out here at Laurelwood. We're going to be putting for Pups here in a little bit, 4 to 7 out here at Laurelwood, out on the putting green. Lots of prizes. Going to be food out here. So burnt end dogs. Get out of here.
Really sounds good.
Chef Aaron's going to be whipping it up for you out here, and hopefully we'll see you out here. I'll be out here. I don't know if you're going to stay around, but I know you're going to get a lesson.
I'm going to get a little lesson, it sounds like.
All right, and here he is. It's the pro, Jacob Henderson, joining us here at Laurelwood. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good.
So, first of all, before you get to the tip of the week for us, I mean, I got a little sneak peek, man. You got your hammer out, man. You are knocking walls down out here. Tell us about the progress of what's going on downstairs here at Laurelwood, because it's great.
Yeah, so I got the approval from the owners to open up my very own pro shop.
So we will be offering full club service, regripping, and then merchandising when it comes to Laurelwood gear and our new brand. Our shop is going to be called Golf Dynamics. Me and one of my mentors who has helped me a lot throughout the last year and a half, being a sole proprietor, he is wanting to make my dreams come alive. So knocking walls down, gonna be putting in a putting green, and we'll have training drills, ball markers, clubs pre-built, all the golf shafts.
A to Z.
A to Z.
Beautiful. And as you can see on the scroll, if you're on the YouTube channel, you can get lessons. You can email or text Jacob 458-895-0782, or just go to keepgolfsimple@gmail.com. That's going to be much more simple to think about when you're driving down there. I want people driving off the road trying to write down a phone number. Keep Golf Simple.
I'm so surprised you got that. That's amazing.
keepgolfsimple@gmail.com.
I was very fortunate.
So you've been giving us some great tips up to this point, and it'll continue that way. So what's our tip for this week?
Yeah, so today, we're kind of getting towards the end of summer, so everybody's kind of all over the place.
Sure.
So we're going to talk about balance, bringing things kind of all together. So with golf, we are making a motion where the upper body and the lower body are doing two separate things, and depending on our strength, it may throw us a little off kilter. So when we're thinking of balance throughout the golf swing, I like having people understand that it's not about going right and left. So right on the backswing, left on the follow through for our righties, flip-flop for us lefties, left and right. We want to think as we're turning, we are staying centered. So we want to think, where's our belly button? Where's our pelvis? We're staying centered around that. And then we can shift our body weight to our lead foot. Another good thought is as we're turning, we're building our pressure to the inside of our trail foot, and that is going to act as our trampoline to shift our weight to our lead foot. If we can get that timing down, we will hit the golf ball first every single time, which is the objective. Whether it is a good shot or a bad shot, hitting golf ball first is one of the first steps.
When you say hitting the golf ball first, can you clarify that a little bit?
The club head will come in contact with the golf ball, not the ground first.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
So perfect strikes. A couple of guys in the industry, we use the term tiger strikes. Those are right in the center, grooves 1, 2, and 3. We're trying to make connection with that golf ball first on those grooves before we hit the ground. So we're learning that descending angle of attack into the ground, and we'll talk about that a lot today.
I'm sure we will.
Yes, as you hear, Baby Jay's going to get his first golf lesson today as we're out here with Jacob Henderson at Laurelwood. People try and get things in their head too complicated when it comes to golf, and that's why I love the way you approach things and you put it right in your name. Keep golf simple. So when you talk about balance and such, it's one of those basic things. You have to build a foundation to build everything off of that. So speak to that a little bit, and how these tips you're giving us help build that structure.
So any sport that you play, there is some sort of connection with our body to the ground. That is actually how we as creatures generate force, and why our core is so strong to be able to make the movements that we do. So we have to learn what is that twisting feeling while we're turning our hips and our shoulders. So if we get at all out of balance, whether that is more weight on our toes, more weight on our heels, that actually changes where the club head is, sometimes a foot to a foot and a half, throughout our golf swing. So if we can learn a lateral shift instead of, say, a horizontal or a vertical shift, then the club can actually travel in a straighter path for a longer period of time. And then usually it takes a little bit of time to get that sequencing where you can get that club head back and our hips and our shoulders are square at impact, or just a little open, a little close. But it always starts at balance, because that's the only way we can effectively turn around ourselves, is by staying in balance. If we're not in balance, you're going to feel your body having to overcompensate in certain areas. And that is the last thing we want to do unless we have a bodily injury or something that forces us to have to overcompensate. But for the most part, 50-50, we shift a little to the right, a little to the left, but we never go beyond our ankles. That is like the guidelines.
All right, one last thing I want to touch on, because we only have like 30 seconds left, is how important is, well, maybe this is too much of an open-ended question, but visualizing that piece of it is important for a golfer. Is that kind of looking in your own mind of how you can make that swing is important, isn't it?
It is important to visualize the swing before we do it. When we're going to perform the actual action itself, we should just be doing what we know is our golf swing. It's turn back, turn through. We're not thinking of weight shift. We're not thinking of grip. It's reactionary at that point. So
perfect.
Beforehand, yes, visualize, then just do.
All right. So there you go, Jacob. I'm really looking forward.
Yep.
So I'm not gonna put too much into this, but Baby Jay's gonna get his first lesson. We're gonna actually put video on this. We might be building a channel with you bringing Baby Jay along his path to becoming a better golfer, which I think is gonna be pretty cool. All right, let's do dad joke.
Oh, a joke! I got fired from the bank today. A woman asked me to check her balance, so I pushed her.
Dad jokes!
All right, let's do a golf dad joke.
All right.
Okay. All right. How many golfers does it take to change a light bulb?
Ooh.
How many golfers is
Probably 3.
4!
I like it.
I had you.
That was a good one.
I had you there. All right, you stay right there. We're not going anywhere yet. All right, kids. Thanks for tuning in, my friends. And there we go. Chef Aaron, as he's walking off camera, getting all ready for Putts for Pups. Great food, great event, charity. Let's raise some money for the kids at Greenhill.
It's the dogs.
Right? It's the kids and the dogs.
Cats,
Well, I call them kids. Kids to me are the puppies. They're all four-legged friends out here at Laurelwood. For Jacob, for Nick, for Aaron, for the entire crew. Thanks, Coach Kelly Graves. Abby back in the studio. Baby Jay, that a boy. Put another one in the books. Tomorrow on the program, Matt Dompe, the Godfather from the Eugene Emeralds. God bless. Be well. Put a smile on your face. Someone else's. So do you. Peace.
Don't change that dial. This is John Canzano, and I'm coming up next with the Bald-Faced Truth. The BFT is the state of Oregon's #1 sports talk show. We deliver big yes and strong opinions. Can you handle the truth? If so, join me for the Bald-Faced Truth coming up next on Fox Sports Eugene.
I've seen new customers come in distrustful of other auto shops, and I get it. They're worried about being taken advantage of. But at Sun Automotive, our compass is welded true north. Our focus isn't to make the most money. It's about making sure your 16-year-old granddaughter makes it over the pass in the middle of the night with no cell service and gets there. At the end of the day, our focus is your trust. For the best service under the sun, come to Sun Automotive.
A&J Sports Cards presents the Eugene Sports Cards and Collectibles Show, coming to Valley River Center Saturday, September 13th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.